Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this evening's Friday edition of the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty Show. I am so sorry I did not get out Wednesday to do the show due to the fact that I've been recovering and I've been under the weather. As you can tell, I'm a little stuffy, and it's real hard to be sick to talk and to do a podcast show, let alone do everything else in life. So I am here doing back-to-back Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show. We're going to do this show, and then we're going to go, as soon as I get everything set up, we are going to do a Triple B experience Friday night. Everybody, happy St. Patty's Day. I am late. I am so sorry, Steeler Freak. I am late because I've been recovering. As you can tell, I'm not I feel stuffy, but I had to get this in this week because I think the Steelers shows that I have been doing have been weekly, have been consecutively since the first of the year so far, and also towards last season. We used to do two shows, a review and a preview. Well, thank you. And happy St. Patty's Day. Sorry, I'm a little stumbling over my words here because I'm still not feeling it, but I got to get through. And I appreciate you guys tuning in on a Friday night instead of a Wednesday night. I know when the season gets to be closer to us playing some games, I might switch up some dates and do the preview earlier, and then the review, and then preview the game, the after effects of the game on a Monday. Oh, I'm going to get talking to some inside linebackers. Yes, as much as I can. Yeah, so I will cross that bridge when we come to it. But anyway, let's get to some Steeler talk. It's been good, but not as crazy as it was last year for free agency. I've been trying to watch my phone, see what's going on. And speaking of phone, I want to get into the Facebook site so I can say hello to everybody. So if people still got some Steeler conversations, Shane Stodmiller. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, on Dr. Tom. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tim Palmer, Chris Ward. Thanks for tuning into the Triple B Experience, the Friday St. Patty's edition, because I've been sick all week, and that's why I had to reschedule Wednesdays. I usually do Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. I also do the Triple B Experience Fridays or Thursdays at 8 o'clock. And when we do interviews, that could be sporadic. But anyway, let's discuss, I have an itinerary here. And if you guys want to talk some Steelers with your comments, please put it into Facebook stuff. We can talk, and we can bring it to the forefront. Now, the Steelers, they were trying to sign some players. They tried to sign linebacker Leighton Vander Esch from the Cowboys. Now, I might be mispronouncing his name, but I honestly don't give a rat's ass because he signed with the Cowboys. He stayed with the Cowboys. The Steelers did not sweeten the pot. Now, he stayed with the Cowboys. I don't care how much money he got. He's not a Steeler, so we're moving on. Chad, thanks for tuning in. Chris, thanks for tuning in. So this guy here, now the Steelers were rumored to be talking to this guy, which I don't know if I don't know. He got a Super Bowl ring with the Kansas City Chiefs. And we need a good veteran slot receiver. If we could got him for a good deal, but rumors were they were in talks with Juju. Thanks, Chris. Thank you. I'm still a little stuffy, as you can tell. I'm not my hyper self, even loud and proud. So yeah, Juju was rumored to be talking to the Steelers. I don't know what happened, but they didn't talk very long because Juju signed a 3-year deal worth $33 million with the hated fucking New England Patriots. So I don't think we could afford him. New England was paying more money. He was probably the one or two receiver that was in free agency that could be signed. He made some money, and he got a 3-year deal. Okay, done with Juju now. He's not a Steeler. People I know loved him and stuff, but you know what? He's going to have to be he got to get some discipline up there with the evil emperor. So as of today, and I think the Steeler Nation is probably roaring with its approval. Inside linebacker Devin Bush got signed for a 1-year deal with Seattle Seahawks, and what a bust he was. I was really happy when the Steelers traded up for him in a 10th round pick and got him for, he was, and then that ACL blew up, and then that was all over but the crying. He didn't do too much at all after that, in my opinion. Chad says Juju's going to cause the hoodie to have the aneurysm with TikTok. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. One thing as many believe the O-line is good enough. Depends on whether the team is playing good enough, works during regular season, postseason exposes weakness. We got to get to the postseason. That's the biggest thing, Steelers freak. We got to get to the postseason. We got to be the Steelers of old, and I think what they've done this week could turn into that. I believe. And yes, bye Bush. I'm glad he's gone. His dad can call Seattle radio stations and cry and complain about how his kid's a real superstar. Actually, Devin Bush. Well, actually, Robert Spillane also left, went to the Raiders, a 2-year deal around $9 million. Okay. And another linebacker, they cut yesterday. They cut Miles Jack. So pretty much all the inside linebackers for the Pittsburgh Steelers that played in the 2022 season are gone, except for Mark Robinson, who had maybe 2 starts last year. Rookie, Mark Robinson. They don't have anybody. And I'm going to get to that. But I just want to say this, with all those linebackers that left the Steelers this week, I have seen where the Steelers linebackers of last year had no splash, had no big plays. Miles Jack, Spillane, and Bush had no big plays at all last season. And with Miles Jack leaving, it saves a lot of money. I believe I have it in my notes here somewhere. I agree with a time for a postseason win. Yeah. They drafted. Yeah. It's just Miles Jack cleared up $8 million in the salary cap. And like Miles Jack, he was injured a little bit last year. I thought they were going to keep him, and I was wrong. I don't think I've ever. I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me out. I don't think I've ever seen the Steelers linebackers, inside linebackers, ever get taken out like they did this week by by signing somewhere else or just not being signed. I think this is the first time maybe in Steeler history. I'm just guessing. I could be wrong. I'm wrong on a lot of stuff. So also, now this really, yes, Chris, I got him. They did pick him up from the Dolphins, and he was drafted by the New England Patriots. He's got 2 Super Bowl rings, and we're going to talk to him pretty soon. But actually, yeah, I didn't want this. I wanted him to sign Cam Sutton. I thought they were going to start with signing Cam Sutton. That did not happen. The Detroit Lions signed Cam Sutton to a 3-year, $33 million, $22.5 million guaranteed. I don't blame him. Thank you for your service, Cam Sutton. But he'll be playing for Mr. Dan Campbell. So I'm done with Sutton too. Hey, once you leave the Steelers, I mean, unless you're doing something that we're trying to get you back, I'll talk to you. So I thought they would sign Sutton, and that wasn't the case. Now, the Steelers declined offers to 4 Steeler players as of last year. Center, J.C. Hossener, quarterback James Pierre, wide receiver, which is surprising, Steven Sims. What surprised me, uh, I think they're going to. I think they're going to, but honestly, I'd still like to have a big right tackle to save Kenny Pickett's blind spot. And then maybe in the second round, a 32 round, that 32nd pick, get a corner. But I don't see that happening. I think they're probably going to draft a corner. I mean, that's just the way, yeah. And running back Jeremy McNichols, all were declined offers to the Steelers. So now we're going to have a new kicker, a new kick returner, and that is coming. And the Steelers signed, they did sign some Steelers, and they signed them to retain them. They signed safety DeMonte KZ to a 2-year deal. I liked him. I really did. And this is the big one that they signed, and then I wanted them to sign, was they signed defensive tackle Larry Obajobi to a 3-year deal worth around 28 to almost $29 million, earning $21.75 million of that deal in the first 2 years of his contract. Wow. So I like Larry Obajobi. Obajobi was playing hurt for 4 or 5 games of the season. He recorded 48 tackles, 25 solo, 1.5 sacks, had 7 tackles for losses, and he had a huge, my idea, 11 quarterback hits last season. So we got Cam, and we got Larry Obajobi, and we got some they had some young rookies, Loudermilk and Lear. So I think maybe in the 3rd round they get a defensive tackle or a nose tackle. That big Samoan kid, I like him. Maybe they can get him in the third round, which that's still the top 100 players in the NFL, guys. So okay, let's see what another big need is. Well, okay, yeah, I'm not a big Dan Moore fan. Miss Carol Craig, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show where we're talking Pittsburgh Steelers football. If anybody has any questions, pop them on the Facebook site. I'll get them out to the YouTube, to the video land, because the Facebook and YouTube is 2 different things. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in on a St. Patty's night, on a Friday night. This is the first of 2 shows tonight. We're talking Steeler football first, and then we're going wrestling and pulp culture right after this. Right after I set everything up. Bob Riley, Mr. Cincinnati Bengal himself. I heard one of your offensive linemen want to leave, and you lost a couple people too. You didn't lose your quarterback though, but God damn it. So I can't wait till we play you. But God bless you, Bob. Thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show. Now we had some free agent signings this week. The first one was the Steelers signed All-Pro Patrick Peterson to a 2-year deal. Patrick Peterson is 33 years old. He's been in the league for 13 seasons. He has 34 career interceptions. He had 5 interceptions last year when he was playing for the Minnesota Vikings. He was drafted by the Arizona Cardinals in the 5th pick in the first round in 2011. Seems like a long, long time ago. He's an 8-time Pro Bowler, and he signed, like I said, with the Minnesota Vikings in 2021. He was wearing number 7. He will not be wearing number 7 when he comes to Pittsburgh. I don't know what the hell he was smoking, but I know he does a podcast with his cousin, former Steeler, Super Bowl winner Brian McFadden. So they do a podcast. So that'll be another Steeler podcast, probably. With McFadden and him talking Pittsburgh Steeler football. I don't know. I don't have the money situation. He's going to be like a Joe Hayden, but Joe Hayden, when the Steelers signed him, was 28. He's in his early 30s, going to be mid 30s. I don't know. So Steelers freak, you probably are right, where they probably will draft a corner due to the fact he said he's still got a little bit left in his tank. But people like it. I'd say 80% of the Steeler Nation like this draft, but I think it's a little bit too late. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, he does play. Yeah, the Home Alone kid plays like the Terminator. That is funny. Yes. Well, that could be. You could be right. Yeah, mentoring somebody coming in, probably Joey Porter. Joey Porter's kid. I mean, that's probably what the Steelers. Uh, unless he gets taken off the board. I I I I don't know. I like to see him draft a if they could get a tackle. They need it. We need a tackle. We don't have any. We only have the two starting tackles right now. We don't have any depth behind them. We didn't sign any offensive tackles. We did sign this gentleman here that I'm going to talk about. He looks like uh he just looks like I don't know what this kid looks like. This kid, offensive guard, Nate Herbig, 6'4", 334 pounds from Hawaii, signed for 2 years. $8 million with $4 million guaranteed. He's a former Stanford two-time all-conference guard, was undrafted, was a free agent, signed with the Eagles in 2019, started 12 games for the Eagles in 2019, 11 games last year with the Jets. Now, I watched some film. I know we lost to the Jets last year, which was sucked, which was Kenny Pickett's coming out moment, which actually sucked. But this guy played guard and actually played very, very good against Larry Obajobi. He was manhandling the Steelers' defensive line, so he's young. He looks like, I hate to say this, but he looks like some heavyset kid that used to go to the Rose Inn and drink. Benjamin, brother, thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty. We're talking about the new guard, Nate Herbig. We talked about him. He looks like he said he don't care if he's a punter. That's what he said in one of his press conferences. He said that. So, hey, it's a good pick. And I think the guy has tenacity as a guard. Kendrick Green will be gone, I do believe. I believe Nate Herbig will be a starter. I believe that. I believe they're going to fix that hole in that other side of the guard, and they need to get that offensive line a little better than what it is. So, I mean, that game film, he was manhandling the Steelers' defensive line. He was blowing holes. He was blocking. They had running lanes with the Jets as running backs going through that line because the running backs were getting some yardage in that game where we lost to. He looks like TJ Watt. I think he's a little bigger than TJ Watt. He's 334 pounds. Yeah, he's huge. He's huge. Huge, huge, huge. So also the third signing. Sorry, I'm getting a little stuffy. They signed inside linebacker Cole Holcomb to a 3-year deal. He was selected by the Washington, to me, they're the Commanders, but the Redskins to me, in the 5th round in 2019 out of North Carolina. He started 15 games as a rookie. 4 seasons, started 48 out of 50 games, racked up 388 total tackles, 239 solo, 4.5 sacks, 3 interceptions, 5 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. And also, he's 6'1", 240 pounds, and he had 69 tackles in 2029, playing only 7 games because he got hurt. Now, he racked up 149 total tackles the year before, but he missed the rest of the season for a foot injury. They had to pass he must have passed physical and stuff like that the other day because he signed. He was also Washington's team captain, called the defense, which he probably will be doing with the Steelers. And Steelers freak, you like that? He's an upgrade. He can cover. I've seen some highlights about him. Hey, Debbie Lightcap, thanks for tuning in. Tell Brian Burns to tune in and get on one of these days. He's hiding out. Benjamin, the Steelers are going to be in the Super Bowl next year. I don't know, Benjamin. I love you, brother, but I don't know what the fuck you're smoking. We got to get a playoff. We got to get in the playoffs first, Benjamin. I appreciate your diehard. You Steeler diehard. You're like me. You're a Steeler diehard, Benjamin. But I mean, I used to do that all the time. Take the Steelers to the Super Bowl for $25, and then I would always lose. And one year I actually won $25. You know. Hi, cousin Tanya. Thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show. Thank you. Yeah, Benjamin. I think you're smoking too much wacky weed because the Steelers got to get into the playoffs and win a playoff game. Remember, Benjamin, the Pittsburgh Steelers have not won a playoff game in 6 years, and it's been almost. If I had a teenage kid, he'd be learning to drive by the time the Steelers. That was the last time the Steelers won a Super Bowl, and I don't have any kids. I'm just throwing it out there. Yeah, so it's been a long time. Chris says they usually come out of nowhere, throw when everybody least expects it. Yeah, but I don't expect them to. Chris, I just want them to win a playoff game, get to the playoffs, win one game. I'm okay with that. Here's here's Vegas. Yeah, yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Well, if Benjamin can do it, we can make some money. I'm all good about that. I'm all good about that. So I think he's an upgrade. I think all the linebackers just left the Steelers as of this week. We got I love his mohawk. He looks like the Terminator. He looks like he's a pro wrestler. He has that big mullet. I know I got a couple buddies of mine that still have the mullets, and it's their pelt of courage. But also, too, the other day, after they cut Miles Jack, they signed inside linebacker Landon Roberts to a 2-year deal. He's 29 years old. He appeared in 107 career games with the Patriots and the Dolphins, made 76 starts, 457 career tackles, 11 sacks. Last season, he had 4.5 sacks, a career high. He was on 680 defensive snaps. He's a 6th-round pick, in 2016 by the Patriots. And the Steelers were also interested in 2016. So Tomlin was talking his ear off at that time. He got some rings with the Patriots. He's a Super Bowl champion. I think he's an upgrade. Definitely, he's an upgrade also. Our inside linebackers right now are definitely an upgrade. We didn't even hike the ball yet. And our Steelers linebacking core is already better right now on paper. Right now on paper, and I'm glad that 3 of them. I didn't like Spillane. I thought was going to be a depth player. We need to get some depth. There's also talk, guys, about Bud Dupree. I think they saw him at the airport. I don't know what he was doing, but if the money's right and if he's healthy, maybe he comes back to Pittsburgh. Maybe I'm not sure, but there has been speculation that Bud Dupree might get signed. So, but also too, now these Steelers who are our Pittsburgh Steelers have not yet been signed by the Steelers, have not yet had a contract anywhere else. And I'm going to go with these guys right now. Quarterback Mason Rudolph. Nobody signed him. He's still with Pittsburgh right now. Defensive lineman Chris Wormley. Still with the Steelers. Fullback Derek Watt getting that brother, that family price. I don't know. Will he take a pay cut to stay with Pittsburgh? I think they sign him at a cheaper deal and make TJ happy because it's his brother, and that's how it goes. Right tackle Jesse Davis has not been signed as of yet, or I don't know if he will be. Defensive lineman Tyson Alalalu, I do not think that the Steelers will sign him, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong about a lot of stuff in my life. Now, they need to sign this guy. There's been speculation of doing him to make him like a linebacker coverage. Like, I guess he played a little bit of linebacker coveraging stuff in Virginia when he was in college. Safety Terrell Edmonds. Terrell Edmonds, they need to sign him. I believe that will probably this week coming. They sign him. Linebacker Malik Reed, I don't care if they bring him back. He wasn't worth a blood nickel, and he was a waste of a trade anyway. Right tackle Trenton Scott, nothing yet. Receiver, I don't know if they like him on special teams. Miles Boykin. Quarterback Carlins Patel. They need guys to practice. They need guys. Now these two guys, I believe they probably will sign at dollar bargain prices. Running back Benny Snell and the tight end Zach Gentry. I think they're going to get some they're going to go to dollar store. They're going to sign some of these players economically sound to get some more depth and to get some players into the Steelers camp. I believe that. So I don't know. Nobody's looking for Mason. Mitch Trubisky's contract has not been restructured. They need to restructure Dante Johnson's contract, so maybe Omar Khan can restructure those two contracts, free up a little bit of money, because I'm going to my next topic right now on the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show. We are going to go talking about, somebody wanted me to talk about it last week, and I told them when they ask me something, I will do it the following week, and this week I will do it. We'll talk about the top wide receiver free agents that are still out there that maybe the Steelers could pick up. Jacoby Myers, I believe, got signed by the Raiders. So Steeler Freak says they need to sign. Yes. Yep. Yes, he does block. Yeah, I hope they do sign him. Now, Noah Brown from the Cowboys. I ranked him, but I just numbered him down. Jarvis Landry's with the Saints. He probably wants too much. Marvin Jones, Jaguars. McCole Hardman from the Chiefs. He was injured. I don't see him leaving the Chiefs, though. I think the Chiefs probably do sign him. The Steelers will not, because they have the missing spot of Juju. Addison in the draft. I don't think he'll be around. Look, if they get a corner, he's not going to be around a second round there, Benjamin. They're not going to pick him up unless they're doing it for a Kenny pick, and that'll be number 32. And he's not even a top receiver, and some mock things he's number 5. That's what I read. That's what I've seen. And also Paris Campbell of the Colts. DJ Chark of the Lions. He was injured. He'd be something. He's fast. Darius Slayton of the Giants. And there has been talk, but there ain't no way this guy's coming to Pittsburgh. Odell Beckham Jr. is not coming to Pittsburgh. He's trouble, and we don't need that. But I don't know. I think that's probably the top free agents of the wide receivers that aren't signed. Maybe they got signed today. I don't know. I didn't see anything. The Steelers could also, too, like I said, guys, they could look in the XFL. And you know who I would take in the XFL right now? I would take Josh Gordon. You could probably get Josh Gordon from Seattle in the XFL probably for the bare minimum. He's a vet. He's fast. He can still catch, something like that. Look at the XFL, and then the USFL's coming. There's got to be some players to fill these spots, and they could get them like people want to play football. They'll get them they'll get them at a good price. Good price. So, like I said, I know this week there'll be still some more free agency stuff, some more Steeler talk. Please smash the like button on the YouTube channel. I'll get them out on Spotify for the audio for these shows. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, next week or something, let me know. Put it in my Facebook, because I'll be talking Steelers. The show will be back on Wednesday. I'm sorry, I'm still a little congested, but I had to do it. I had to get it done. The show must go on, and but I appreciate everybody for tuning in on the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show. We talked about the new Steelers. We talked about the old Steelers. We talked about receivers. We talked as much as we could talk about the Black and Gold, the greatest sports franchise in all the world. I'm a diehard, as you guys know, and I talk Pittsburgh Steelers 365 days a year. But right now, we only do one show, and it's on Wednesdays. This night's show is very special because I was sick. Hey, Donnie, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Donnie, I'm gonna do a Triple B Experience show here after this show. It's back to back. It's a double matinee feature. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and hopefully we got some more. We signed some people. We get some stuff all situated so we get ready for the draft, because the draft's coming next month, and we can I can't wait for that. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in on a St. Patty's Day. Happy St. Patty's Day to everybody. Just bear with me if you want to tune in and talk about pro wrestling, independent. I got stuff. I got shows. I watched some stuff this week, and I got to get out of here and then focus and put another one back to back. It's too sweet to be sour, everybody. So thank you guys for tuning in to the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show, where we talk Steelers. I appreciate you guys tuning in on a Friday night. And if you want to still stick around, I'll be back on for the Triple B experience. So just bear with me. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a great night. Listen on Spotify for the audio and hit like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're close to 1,000 subscribers. Here's what I need, people, more hours to watch. I need 4,000 hours. That's the next tier, 4,000 hours, 1,000 subscribers, and 4,000 hours. I love doing this, even though I was sick this week, but I'm getting through it. I got one more to do. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys for tuning in. I love all the Steeler fans out there, and let's get this show rocking and rolling this year, people. So thank you so much. Everybody have a good night. Stay tuned. I'm going to go live here momentarily again for the Triple B experience. Thank you. Have a great night and a better tomorrow.